Alright my friends, my new camcorder slash mic stand has finally arrived. This is a Rode microphone stand, and we selected this after watching several reviews on YouTube. I can link a few of those. Most of my artist friends use the Neewer stand, which I hate. I've had this stand for 2 years. I've repaired this stand many times. It always breaks again. And we had to buy an adapter to hold my camcorder. So this is supposed to be a heavier duty stand. It's about $100 rather than the $20 we spent on the Neewer. It features cable control. It's made of sturdier stuff. It has more points of articulation. I am going to wait though. I am currently waiting for my wax paper and another set of these LED lights to come in. You guys saw me install this first set, and I'm going to do a better job installing them, and then I'm going to do my stand. I just figure it's going to be easier when there's no stand up and I'm not working around that to get this stand installed. So this is my old Neewer mount. We have already taken it off. As you guys can see, actually it is upside down. Let me flip it. It really only has a couple points of articulation. I never really was able to use just sort of where it was located. I was never really able to utilize this point. So it was mostly this and this. And this is so tight, I didn't really use that either. So I really had one point of articulation, and I kind of had to move everything along with it. This is how it was mounted to my table. It originally came with a foam pad. It kept slipping the foam pad. What I ended up doing is I ended up scoring the heck out of the metal with a knife to get some traction on it, some friction on it. And then I used hot glue and basically created a pad with that. And it still got wobbly. This is a glass desk. It's probably not the best situation for like constantly moving a camera mount. Now this is originally sold as a microphone mount, so we had to buy an adapter and use O-rings to get it to fit properly. It's basically a mic screw, which is this, to a tripod screw, because it screws in to the bottom of my JVC camcorder here. And this thing, which I'm sure is super familiar to you guys, is just a camera mount for when I do camera stuff. And I'm not really happy with that either, but my big focus is fixing the camcorder because that's what I do the nicer videos with. So I'm going to show you guys the Rode stand I just got. This is the Rode PSA 1 studio arm, and we ordered this from Amazon. And this is kind of what was being recommended on YouTube. And it also has cable control. I don't know if you guys saw the washi tape on my other arm, but that was my version of cable control. This one comes with its own version of cable control. So I'm looking forward to unboxing this thing and checking it out. So this is everything that came in that huge box. Basically 3 pieces of equipment and the instructions, and they are pretty hefty. This is a aluminum mic arm. It's much heavier than the Neewer arm, so I'm going to go ahead and get these things unwrapped. So inside is the arm, which is caution spring loaded, and the mount. And it looks like I'm going to need an adapter for this, because that looks way too big. I wonder if my old adapter will work on it. But it all seems really sturdy, nicely put together, and I really hope this will work on the desk I have, because it would really be sad if it didn't. If you're buying this mount for a camcorder, this should be, yep, the correct adapter. And I'm going to put links to everything in the description below so you guys can find this if you're looking to upgrade your setup. Alright, so this part goes up. This is what the arm is going to sink into. And this is what attaches to the desk. This has a piece of foam. It's not particularly sturdy foam. And then this is just plain metal. I have a glass desk. The glass desk is what caused all these problems with my Neewer mic, mic stand. Well, the Neewer mic stand is kind of cheap anyway. This is for actually mounting it into your desk if you have like a wooden desk or you feel like drilling a hole. So, we have some problems. This is gonna be frustrating. I'm gonna try to fix it. We'll see if that happens. What I might end up doing is buying a big piece of plywood, attaching this to the plywood, and slotting it into my Futura desk. Okay, so I guess our first order of operations is to get this installed on this glass desktop. Alright, so I think I've got the stand pretty firmly attached to the desk. It actually went a lot smoother than I thought I would. So the next step is pretty simple. We're just going to slot this in. And I can't do that one-handed, so I'm going to have to put the camera down. So this is the this is the Rhodes mount. It is spring-loaded. It will pinch the heck out of your fingers if you're not being careful. I would honestly recommend 2 people kind of maneuver this thing because it got my palm good. It's much bigger than the Newar clamp. In fact, I can go grab that and show you guys. So this is the Newar. It's the blue. The Rhodes is the black. You can see the Rhodes is a little bit bigger, and I can tell you just from handling them both, it's much sturdier. The spring action is on the inside as opposed to the Newar where it's on the outside. The Newar also has tension screws, and the Rhodes tension screws are actually on the mic head where you would be putting the mic. And this is how tall it is when it's fully extended. It is much taller. I'll grab the little Newar. It is so much taller than the Newar. So I have some complaints about it already. And to keep in mind, this is not designed for camcorders. This is not designed for YouTube recording artists. This is designed for like podcasts and such. But I can't figure out, first of all, it's meant for you to be able to tilt it back. Yeah, or forward, which is cool. Like, I wish I had a really big desk space because right now that's over the edge of my desk. But if I had a huge desk, that would be really cool. I could work on some really big pieces with this dinosaur. But I can't figure out how to get this to lock in place. There's a piece of plastic that slides that is probably not coming up because it's backlit, but it's not really providing enough friction to hold it in place. This has thumb screws, and the Newar has thumb screws as well. And this has enough friction that it will hold in place, but this one doesn't, so maybe I tighten these screws here, and that's kind of annoying. With the Newar, I could just kind of pull it into position and it would hold it. With this one, it doesn't seem to be able to do that, or I'm not smart enough to have figured it out yet. If you're using a camcorder, it originally comes flipped up like this, like for the microphone to point up. You just loosen the thumb screws and you can put it back into a position that would work for a camcorder. So here is the Rode mic stand with my camcorder installed. It took a little finagling. I actually had to put 2 O-rings on instead of 1 to get it to go the correct way. And the way I showed you guys to align it was wrong. It should actually be pointing out, not down, at least if you have this sort of camcorder. I know some people have cameras that have the tripod mount kind of on the back. So the first orientation would be the way to show you. And earlier I commented that there is no way to control the position on this thing. That was wrong. With this on it, there's enough weight that there's enough tension to hold the position. Something else really cool is that I can actually rotate the mic because it's just sitting in this base. It's not actually clamped into the base like the Newar mic was, so it can kind of move on its own. It's designed to do that. And it moves pretty smoothly considering there isn't like any sort of ball socket. I think it's just sitting in there. So these Velcro bits here are for cord control. going to go ahead and start plugging stuff in. I'm sure they will function quite well as cord control, so, you know, I don't have any doubts about that. Alright, so my Rode mic stand is all set up with my JVC camcorder. I've got my lavalier mic attached. I've got my camera plugged in. Turning on the camera, not that that should be an issue. Aligning the views. This is going to be really nice when I'm able to pull all the way up. It'll be really nice. Oh, it sags a little bit when I pull it. It's going to be nice for Cara pages, and it might actually be a reason to get my desk clean, because that is a lot of desk real estate that I've never really been able to easily get on camera. I'm going to have to work hard to keep things kind of lined up, because right now my alignment isn't great. I need to do something to kind of fix that, and maybe even do alignment lines on the desk so that I can always align things correctly, so things aren't always catawampus. But I'm really hoping this is going to be a lot easier than the Niwar stand I had, and I hope this will help me improve my video quality, or at least how I'm able to shoot my videos in the future. Certainly the ability to turn the camera is really exciting, because I often will end up kind of, you guys know, I'll end up working over here, and I'll end up kind of off, or over here, and I'll kind of end up off camera, and now I can move the camera with me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was useful, helpful, and informative. If you have a glass top desk, I think the Rode mic stand will be easier for you to use than the Niwar that everybody seems enamored with in the art community. Hopefully I'll have less slipping problems. It feels much more secure than the Niwar did, and it was pretty easy to assemble, so don't let my squawking intimidate you guys. And I will link in the description below everything you'll need to be able to set this up, so you can get this all at one time. So I hope to see you guys again really soon as I continue to improve my little recording studio. Bye guys!